Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to Lovin Daily, where I take you through all the trending stories. Today on the show, we are talking about all of the latest press briefings from the COVID briefing last night, which includes the highly contagious Delta strain accounts for 1/3 of cases in the UAE. We are also talking about a highly ridiculous video that's gone viral from the Tour de France. It pains me to think about it.
Oh, it's so funny. I can't wait for you guys to see the video beside us. But apart from that, we'll be talking with 5 reckless drivers who were ordered to sweep up the streets of Abu Dhabi, and also the UAE will host the T20 Cricket World Cup.
Huge news for cricket. I cannot wait. I think it's October, November. It's going to be absolutely huge. If it's happening here in the UAE, it's going to be amazing. But first, yesterday, Simran, you were gone. I was lonely. I was frustrated. I got to share a picture of Goose, but that was the only good thing about yesterday's show. You are a new woman.
No, I'm not. I'm just a depressed woman.
We have been chartering your move.
Stalking my move.
Stalking your move. If you follow Simran on Instagram, I saw she has, for one person, you have an unbelievable amount of stuff.
Okay, so the thing is, I used to stay here with my parents. So when they left, I stayed here for all my life. So 23 years. And what do I do with all that stuff? I'm not going to give it off. So I kept everything with me. Then I moved to a sharing accommodation. It didn't work out. Then a hotel apartment. So it all came with me. Now my own house. So it's just kept gathering more stuff along the way. Never gave anything off. So now it accumulated to 45 boxes of useless garbage that I am not, my heart does not give up because it's got sentimental value.
No, there has to come a point in your life that you just downsize. When my mom moved over here and my house went to my brother and all my stuff, I had to go home and just chuck because I saved everything from 16, 17, 18. But now it got to the point that I live in a different country. I can't possibly have it there. I can't have it here. No space. So it's heartbreaking. And then you keep 3 boxes of the most important stuff that you'll possibly,
You just said 3 boxes?
I probably have 3 boxes in England now because I had to move it from Ireland to England.
Okay, but if you had to pack here, how many boxes do you think you'll have at the end of your packing?
The thing is, right, I also accumulate stuff, but if I'm moving to another place, I couldn't put a number on it. I would say 20? No, 10, 15. I don't know.
15. That's not bad.
I don't think it's bad, but
yeah, that's with everything, with kitchen, with bathroom, with clothes, not furniture. I mean, just the tidbits.
I don't know.
Cosmetics.
Oh, interesting.
It would be more than 15.
I don't know. I just feel
not.
But I've thrown stuff out as I've moved.
Okay. I mean, that's a good way to move.
Are you Simran? Are you a hoarder?
I am such a hoarder. It's disgusting, honestly.
Tell us some weird stuff that you found in your boxes.
Weird stuff? Stuff from when I was a kid. I just cannot throw it off. And now I got a washing machine and beds and stuff. So now when I move, it's going to be more stuff to move. Oh, it's too much.
It's too much. Okay, so just stay where you are for the rest of your life. You're very happy there anyway.
No, I'm very happy.
I can sense the joy. Let's jump into our top story this morning. We're talking about the highly contagious Delta strains accounts for 1/3 of cases in the UAE. So please take note. We talked about it yesterday. COVID cases are on the rise, and at last night's press briefing, NCEMA confirmed in comparison to last week there was an increase in the number of deaths in the country due to these new variants, people who are not getting the vaccine, and of course not abiding by those general guidelines. So you may have heard mentions of the Delta variant recently. This is a variant, a strain of COVID-19 that spreads rapidly in comparison to others. And also recent data highlights that hospitalization rate doubles with the Delta variant. And now that particular strain accounts for 1/3 of cases in the UAE. So they basically stress the importance of getting your shots, getting the vaccine, getting the booster if you need to, because we are seeing cases rise. I told you yesterday, in the last 24 hours, there were 10 deaths. And again, today, there is another increase. I don't have the number here, but 2,122 cases in the last 24 hours. It's a lot. We're getting the latest. Yesterday, there was a huge kind of divulge of information from the government in terms of, traveling. The Al Hussein app is back up and running. although we are, I think we have 90% of the eligible population are vaccinated, we are still in the midst of a pandemic. There's still a variant which is more contagious than we could have imagined a year ago among us, and we still need to abide by those rules.
Yeah, and Dr. Farid Al-Husni, she also added that the country had increased, the cases have increased recently due to the spread of mutations, lack of commitment to preventive measures, and the reluctance to get vaccinated. So, like Casey said, I think what's really important here is to get vaccinated, especially with the contagious Delta variant spreading and being accountable for most of the cases over here.
And if you're thinking of traveling, they particularly recommend to make sure that you're vaccinated before leaving. The fact that it's open for us in the country is so amazing. The fact that it's free, the fact that it's so easy to get it. Like I said, the Al Hussein app, there were issues, but it's back up and running. And if you're having any issues, they have a hotline that you can call. But if you're traveling, they really, really, really recommend you get the vaccine. So take note, we are very fortunate. We're in such a privileged position to be here. City even recommending that you guys all go and get it. So that is the latest. You can get all of that on Twitter in SEMA, which is the National Centre Crisis Management Authority. That's where we get our information, and you can get it directly from the horse's mouth right there.
Yeah, and for those who don't really know what the Alpha, Beta, Delta variants are, so what the World Health Organization did is they named these variants after Greek letters instead of saying it's from the UK or it's from India or it's from Africa. So they've given it Greek letters. So that way, it doesn't lead to racism or doesn't lead to, different kind of bullying or any form of negativity surrounding the nationalities.
100%. It removes the stigma. It removes a president of a certain country labeling a country by a virus.
Yeah.
It takes away the stigma and makes it kind of more international for us to kind of speak about it more openly.
Because these mutations are natural. Like, it will form here or there, and then exactly like you said, like relating it to a certain nationality just makes way for so much bullying and crimes, not crimes, like hate and, like hate crimes. So this is great move by the World Health Organization. But moving on to 5 reckless drivers who were ordered to sweep up the streets of Abu Dhabi. Now, 5 young lads caught driving recklessly, and by reckless I mean drifting, showing off dangerous stunts, and driving around without number plates, have been sentenced to 3 months of community service, along with a penalty of 50,000 dirhams. And apart from that, the driver's license have been suspended for 6 months, and their vehicles have gone up for auction to pay for the damage they caused to public roads. I mean, good job, Abu Dhabi.
Can I just say a massive ha? Can I do that? Only because we sit here talking about reckless drivers all the time. The noise they make on the roads is so frustrating. And they've literally been, like, this video is incredible. Simran shared it with me this morning. They're sweeping the streets. It's karma. You ruin the streets and now you clean them up. It's incredible. So this must be like a public service?
It is, community service. I didn't know they did things like that in the UAE. I thought it's just like penalty and jail time. But this, I really feel like community. They do?
They do.
Okay.
It's like similar
Ali knows too much.
Similar event happened in Dubai. So,
okay,
a couple of years ago.
Okay, that went. Okay, I thought you were gonna say similar thing happened to me.
No, I don't do this, no.
Can I tell you about my friend? No, not my friend, acquaintance. So many years ago, when I was like 16, 17, and people just started getting cars. And you stake out your parents' cars, so you get your license. There's always that one older person in the group. So friends. So we all went to the desert for like camping. And this one guy, he got his car out and he was like, oh my God, look at the car, the Land Cruiser. And Land Cruisers are known for like, the desert cars. Mm-hmm. And he started drifting all over the place, showing off. Like it was him alone in the car, and it just flipped. He survived. The car didn't. He didn't survive emotionally and spiritually because like his parents just pasted him afterwards. But
I'm sure they did. He flipped what age was he? Like 19? He flipped a cruiser?
I think 18, 19. But yeah, I think it was his first week out with the car, and he was like drifting like no one's business, and the car just flipped.
This was in the desert, right? So not on roads?
Desert roads. Like it, so there's a desert and then there's a road, so that road, the empty roads.
Gotcha.
But imagine if there was someone behind or in front of him, it would be so dangerous, and dangerous for himself, like not just people, but he could have died. He could have been severely injured. So I think the police, the UAE police, not I think, like obviously, the UAE police and police all over, like they want to keep the citizens safe, the people's drivers safe, the roads safe. So like these news incidents that you read about, it's just like a big reminder to all: don't break the laws. Don't do things like this on the road.
Speaking of stupidity on the road, one fan caused a major domino effect crash at the Tour de France as Team UAE were there defending their yellow jersey. So right now, Team UAE is smashing the Tour de France mission while defending their yellow jersey, which is one of the winning jerseys of the Tour de France, when one almighty whopper crash took place. And if you're watching on Instagram, please jump over onto our Facebook to see this, because it's painful for all of the cyclists involved, and even more painful. I don't know why you're laughing. It's so horrific because one woman, I think it's a woman, has just like, knocked them off their bikes in the stage one. Anyway, it happened on Saturday, 8 kilometers at the end of stage one. A fan was holding a cardboard sign when she hit German cyclist Tony Martin, causing a massive domino effect with him and other cyclists.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
God.
She fled the scene. Now, French law enforcement has opened an investigation into the cause of unintentional injuries by manifestly deliberate violation of an obligation of safety or prudence. That's according to CNN. If you're looking at the video, she's standing out there as the cyclists come along, holding a sign. It says, "Ale Omi Omi Opa."
Yeah, correct.
Which means,
Go.
I've butchered the accent, but would you like to? No. It means, apparently it means go, grandpa, grandmother. You know what? When I first saw it, I was like, oh, maybe there's like a political protest here. Maybe she really wants to be seen. But if you actually zoom in, so she's got this like sign that says go, grandma, grandpa. And her face, she's just like delighted, right? She's lit up as the moment. And then it's just all falls down.
It's not funny, but it is funny. I mean, it's not funny for them. I mean, just like seeing them fall after each other like a domino effect. It's.
I'm 100% sure that the internet is going to make a meme out of this.
She single-handedly.
You think you're having a good day?
He was so close. He was like, but she single-handedly just took down the entire cycling force. But I'm sure the guy must be severely injured if like something went over him from the back. Oh my God.
So all of the cyclists have now reached out. They've gone on to Twitter and they've kind of had their say. First of all, Tony Martin, he said, the Tour de France is not a circus. Don't treat us like animals. Daryl Impey, stage winner of the Tour de France, he also said, once again, spectators destroying months of hard work. We love the fans, but not the ones who put up signs in front of the peloton and don't realize the consequences of their actions. Hope the guys are okay. It's so interesting because, let's say, for example, if you compare cycling to other sports, in tennis, football, kind of the big money sports, boxing, you're so protected. Tour de France, it's like a massive race. I don't know how many kilometers it is. They can't protect the roads as much, but the fans who go out there, they clearly respect the sport. But you need to show the boundaries and respect the sport. Not much respect being paid here to the cyclists. And cyclists are not happy because obviously if any injury could just ruin what could be a life-changing
very true
tournament for them.
And it was life-threatening as well. Like the way they fell down, it just like one wrong scenario and the ligaments can tear. Like so many horrible accidents can take place. Ali, it's not funny.
Are you just rewatching it over and over again?
Okay, it is a little funny, but we move on. The UAE will host the T20 Cricket World Cup. Now follow it. Do we have our sound effects or have they just disappeared? Okay, now we
have transitions now.
Oh my God.
You guys have noticed?
Yeah.
Transitions, and now we started a new thing where we're gonna match every single day.
Oh, yeah.
You want clapping?
Sure. Do we have whistles?
Can we intro it again?
Yeah. Okay. The UAE will host the T20 World. Okay, one more time. The UAE will host the T20 Cricket World Cup. Okay, is it over? Final thought? Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, following the UAE's role in successfully hosting the IPL in 2020, the Board of Control for Cricket in India is proposing to once again shift the T20 World Cup to the Emirates due to the challenging COVID situation in India. Now, the board stated that the decision will be made in the next couple of days and will be conveyed to the International Cricket Council, as reported by Reuters. Now, the World Cup is expected to start on October 17th in the UAE, with the finals mostly dated to take place on November 17th. And the tournament is set to commence 2 days after the IPL 2021 finals. Now, I mean, 2 days after the IPL 2021 finals, isn't that like too soon for the cricket players to like move from one tournament to the other? Because it's like quite strainful, right? Like physically.
Yeah, and just in terms of COVID guidelines and stuff, I wonder how they're going to pull that off.
Yeah, it's too soon. We feel it's too soon. Are they listening? The International Cricket Board? Anyone? However,
I'm sure they're taking notes on our on our summary of the T20 cricket.
Yeah, guys, it's too soon. Postpone it. Anyway, however, we're still waiting on those. What?
No, this is absolutely huge. You can't postpone it.
Okay, but 2 days? Give them like a week. Postpone by 4 days. However, we're still waiting on official confirmation. If the T20 does go ahead in the Middle East region, the proposed games would be divided between the UAE and Oman. And within the UAE, there are international cricket grounds in Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, where the games could be played, and massive stadiums, like ginormous, so great. But it's funny how, I don't know, like last year it was played without any spectators, without a crowd. And usually cricket players, I think a lot of sportsmen. I think sportsmen, because men is the plural. Yeah, sportsmen.
Shahir is like, yep.
A lot of sportsmen, you know, they feed off the energy from the crowd. And now that there is going to be no spectators, no crowd, like they, when we interviewed KL Rahul last year on Lovin Dubai, anyway, so he was like, it's not, it's different, it's not the same. Like you just got to do it, but you always want the spectator energy and you want them cheering for you. You know, that's what they feed out of. So, I mean, yeah.
But what did you say? That there weren't crowd last year, but there will be this year?
No, there wasn't one last year. Yeah. We don't know if there will be one this year, but I'm hoping there is something, you know, like how they did for
the Euros have crowds back. Yeah. And I think with events happening, so the guidelines on large-scale events here in Dubai is, yes, they can go ahead if every single person involved in the behind the scenes is vaccinated and everyone attending is vaccinated, and also you'll need a PCR test in the last 3 days to go in. So that's how they're running the bigger sports events. Now we haven't looked at like the 50k, 60k sports events. I think there's a cap on the number, but that would have to be looked at. However, I'm not a massive cricket fan, but I love crowds, getting excited about things. And I remember the last time, maybe the IPL was at different places around the UAE. I loved kind of seeing the crowd scene, seeing people getting excited. And I really hope that if it goes ahead, I'll be able to get a ticket to go down to just one of the matches, just to be there for the bands.
Even if you don't go down to the matches, just going down to the restaurants and cafes and seeing the energy there while people are watching the matches, it's insane, insanity. Love that.
Speaking of insane insanity, watching the matches, Euros, are you watching them? I'm going to watch the English match versus Germany tomorrow night.
Ooh.
So are you, I believe?
No. Oh, yes, yeah, I am.
I feel I'm just like feeding you lies right now. But yeah, that's really exciting. If you're watching the Euros, let us know how it's going for you. Where are you going? Where's the best place? Give us tips, give us recommendations. We have a list on Lovin, but we love your thoughts as always, because that helps us. We can't know the city, we need you to help us.
And let us know who you're supporting. Ali is supporting France, right? Portugal. France and Portugal.
Portugal went out.
Oh yeah, Portugal went. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
By Belgium.
So that means Ronaldo is out?
Duh.
Ronaldo was gone. Want to give him a hug.
Oh,
yeah.
So sad.
He did tie with, I think he passed or tied with the highest goal scorer of all time. With his national team.
He tied?
Yeah, it's an Iranian player.
Oh, I thought he would have smashed it, because it could be his last Euros.
Is it?
I don't know.
But the World Cup is around the corner. And he's going to play more international games. So.
From Juventus.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Euros. He was the top Euro scorer.
Yeah, he became the top Euro scorer. It's just this is of all time, like in men's international sport, like football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's cute. They had a cute encounter, Ali and Ronaldo, just last week. The Coca-Cola.
Oh.
It's cute.
Yeah. I wish that was real life.
Real life. Speaking of real life, it's me, it's Simran, it's Ali, and today our new producer joins the show, Shahir. Woo! Can you come on so everyone can see your face? He's like, no. Not today. One day.
Oh no, he's like not today.
He's not today.
Nice,
But
no face reveal today.
another day, will you join us? Okay, guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Daily. Stay safe, wash your hands. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Adios.
Oh, also tomorrow in studio, Salama Mohammed is going to be here talking about a new skincare line. We're so excited to have her. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.